The Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trailer confirmed that the Grand Inquisitor would be making his live-action debut in the series, played by Rupert Friend. Today I'm going over the character's story up until that point in the timeline, about 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith, so you'll know everything you need to know about him. The Grand Inquisitor was a Powin Jedi Knight who served as a member of the Jedi Temple Guard during the Clone Wars. That organization within the Order was responsible for defending the temple on Coruscant. Guards wore masks and wielded yellow, double-bladed lightsabers. Spending so much time around the Jedi archives, the man who would eventually become the Grand Inquisitor began to covet the greatest secrets the library had to offer. But the chief librarian, Jedi Master Jocasta Nu, felt he was unworthy of learning them. Near the end of the Clone Wars, the Padawan Barriss Offee bombed the Jedi Temple hangar in protest of the Order's involvement in the fight. When she was arrested by Anakin Skywalker, the Jedi Temple Guard escorted her to the trial where she confessed her guilt, but also publicly and boldly spoke out against the Jedi's role in the Clone Wars, claiming that they were the ones truly responsible for the suffering felt across the galaxy. Those two events were the primary causes for the Grand Inquisitor's fall to the dark side. He was likely recruited by Darth Sidious before Order 66 because Henry Gilroy, one of the writers for the Clone Wars series as well as Star Wars Rebels, suggested that the reason we don't see any members of the Jedi Temple Guard during Darth Vader's attack on the temple in Revenge of the Sith was because the Grand Inquisitor betrayed and killed them. Yes, the real reason is that the concept didn't exist at the time of Episode 3, but it's still a fun retcon. After the rise of the Empire, it would appear Darth Sidious immediately installed the Grand Inquisitor as the head of the Inquisitorius, a group of several fallen Jedi who were tasked with hunting down any survivors of Order 66 and the Jedi Purge. They also sought out Force-sensitive children for something called Project Harvester, an operation that hoped to turn those children into dark side-wielding Imperial agents. Every Imperial Inquisitor reported to the Grand Inquisitor, who in turn reported to Darth Vader. The Grand Inquisitor was also promised the knowledge of the Jedi archives that he was once denied by Jocasta Nu. Unbeknownst to him, the librarian was one of the survivors of Order 66, and she happened to sneak back into the archives to retrieve a list of Force-sensitive children in hopes that she could train a new generation of Jedi herself. But seeing the Grand Inquisitor disrespecting the teachings she once held so dear pushed her over the edge and into an attack. He defeated Jocasta Nu, but Darth Vader briefly saved her to gain access to all of the archives secrets, but the Sith Lord changed his mind and killed her when she guessed his true identity as Anakin Skywalker. For the following years, the Grand Inquisitor oversaw the Inquisitorius. They hunted and killed Jedi, they captured younglings, he went on several missions himself, with one folktale describing a being who looked like him kidnapping children from an orphanage. In time, Project Harvester became his primary operation when it was apparent that any surviving Jedi had hidden themselves too well. He advised patience for the Inquisitors, knowing that the survivors would slip up and reveal themselves eventually. That echoes his line in the Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser very well. The key to hunting Jedi is patience. Jedi cannot help what they are, their compassion leaves a trail. The Jedi Code is like an itch, they cannot help it. And that's a perfect place to stop our discussion of the Grand Inquisitor today. There is plenty more to his story thanks to Star Wars Rebels and some of the comics, but I don't want to spoil anything for fans who are just learning of this character's existence and want to be surprised when they watch Obi-Wan Kenobi. This video is just meant to be an introduction to provide a little backstory. I do have a feeling this video will spark more conversation about how he looks in the teaser trailer. I do have thoughts on that, but I've talked about it before and I don't really want this video to be about that, so I'll just refer you to this Q&A in the cards if you want to hear our thoughts. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all our Kenobi coverage, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.